there's a lot of people trying to make noise and trying to be like experts or influencers or noted voices in topics. But if you are a large sales team, like, I don't know, Salesforce, Microsoft that we train and stuff, you can't have 2,000 experts on a topic. So salespeople need to have different behaviors than just posting. So I'm wondering what some of your things outside of the feed tips would be.
Yes. So here's the secret for a salesperson, that the secret to LinkedIn for sales is not posting content. The secret for sales on LinkedIn is conversation. Your prospects are putting content on LinkedIn, hoping someone sees it. Now, most of the people who see it just simply click the like button and move on. As a salesperson with a prospect, you have the chance to, now they've given you an open door. You get to participate in the conversation that they've started, talking about what they find interesting. I'm going to come back to something you asked about. You should not send a direct message. You should not send a connection request. That should be the last thing you do in the relationship building on LinkedIn, not the first thing you do. Yeah. Instead, if you're a prospect, and I teach a lot of salespeople how to do this, if your prospect has left a post talking about something that's going on in their organization, go participate in the conversation, add value. And when I say add value, you know what that doesn't mean sell. That means if you and I were standing around and you had mentioned a problem, like maybe a recent surgery, or I'm going through a house renovation, or whatever it might be, we're going to talk to each other about that issue. I'm not going to try to hijack the conversation and sell you something. This is where most salespeople are stumbling on LinkedIn. They're asking before they give. They're asking for a connection request. They're asking to open an email. They're asking for a call. They're asking. Instead, I teach salespeople, give. You got a prospect, they don't know who you are, go leave a comment on their post. You've got a prospect who doesn't know who you are, go write a post about something they did that you found interesting and use them as a reference as you talk about the issue that they brought up. I teach this technique over and over again, and salespeople see it opening doors for them that they normally would have never reached. And so behavior comes down to commenting, not posting. Commenting. Mike, here's a promise I can make to your listening audience. If they take a look at how many people have looked at their LinkedIn profile over the last 90 days, there's going to be a number. Let's suppose that the number is 90. They're getting one person to look at their profile every day. Well, that's a strong indicator of how interesting you are to your prospects. Are they looking at your LinkedIn profile? If the listeners of this podcast were to do one thing for the next 5 days, and that is leave 3 comments a day. That's all I'm asking. Go and find 3 people to comment on. And when we talk about comments, it's not, I agree, congrats. It is adding to the conversation. I found this interesting. As I read your article, here's one of the questions that popped up. Or, hey, one of the things I see that you're talking about that's so valuable is this. I really appreciate how you've done it, because in my business, we've seen that application, right? These comments that add depth. Here's the promise. If your audience leaves 3 comments a day for the next 5 days, I promise and guarantee, and they get their money back, their number of profile views will jump by 300 to 500% in that week alone, telling them that they're getting the attention of the people they're trying to connect with. And that's one of the biggest indicators.